So one of the things that we've been working on this week, or really Whitney, because we didn't have a lot of phones and we still had some stuff for her to do. So we're getting organized. We've got some plans to do something with our shipping station and photo taking station here behind us. We'll do that next week, and y'all get to see that happening then. And but we're also taking the time to get rid of a bunch of stuff that we've been hoarding for a long time. And I say a hoarding, kind of like to throw nothing away. And we get a lot of phones and stuff that doesn't have batteries or battery covers, and I kept all of them for all of the scrap phones for the last 6 years, and I finally parted ways with some of them yesterday, just because a lot of them, they couldn't even be used anymore. Like, they were so old, they're like 2G and before 2G. So Whitney threw all those battery covers away and took some batteries to the recycler, and look at what she did. Like, she made a lot of nice looking space. Like, that shelf used to be full, that shelf used to be full, and it's all nice and organized now. And this is kind of funny. Kind of shows the differences of our personalities. Maybe not. We're a lot alike. That's why we get along, and we've worked together for as long as we have, over probably 2.5 years now. It's crazy. It's gone by so quick. But that's Whitney's area, and look at mine. Those are her 2 shelves, right? Nice looking, pristine. It's all got like labels and stuff on the things. But then look at mine. Cameras, stuff. I've got a bunch of returns there where the people have returned it and I just refunded them because I didn't even check it. Shame on me. But you know, when it's not that much, you know, I'm not gonna try and nickel and dime people. But then we got this over here. Kind of got all of this disorganized. That shelf, this is my charging station for cameras, and disorganized. That, lots of cameras that I'm going through. These are all battery chargers for cameras. So, and then cameras that I need to get charged. And then down here in these shelves, these are all cameras that need batteries. Because when we get them in, they sometimes they don't have batteries, or the batteries that they do have are not working, or they hold a charge for a minute, but because they haven't been charged in so long that when you start to charge it, it destroys the charging cells. So this is a project I need to get done at some point, but I haven't had a routine in any of this. Our routine is shot, and I'm struggling hardcore. I'm sure many of you are struggling hardcore because your routines are different, schedules are different, whether you're a reseller or not. Like, if you're working from home or you're no longer working, like, your schedule's shot and routine is shot. And I know for me, I don't do very well when that happens. Alright, so today is not going to be a real cinematic video, but I just wanted to just go through the day, kind of show you my process, my routine, my lack of routine. That's one thing that we have really been struggling, I have really been struggling with since this whole lockdown, social distancing thing, because we used to have a routine, and it was a good routine. We had lots of productivity, but since everything shut down, we haven't had a routine. So I'm trying to get back into a routine. So the routine I'm showing you is kind of the routine that I used to do, but now I'm trying to get back into, but during different times. So let's go. So usually my morning routine it used to, and I'm trying to get back in that routine. But when I come in the morning, first thing I would kind of do would be look at sales. I would send invoices from people who haven't paid for the previous day. I know some people, they don't do best offer, they only do buy it now and so forth, because they don't want to deal with people not paying for their orders. Well, I don't mind that, because a lot of our business, we do a lot of bulk orders. A lot of people buy 2 or 3 items from us. So I offer, or I allow, the best offer feature so that there's room for negotiation. Because if you're going to buy 3 phones for me for $150 versus 1 phone for $55, I would sell you 3 for $150 and give you a discount on that. So I use best offer as a way to kind of negotiate prices. And then after that, I used to not compare that tub that you just seen that has all the returns from previous weeks, but I'm trying to get back into the routine. But is doing returns. So any returns from the previous day, I would look over in the morning and examine them. And today I got 1 return back from yesterday because the phone wasn't working. A lot of times why people don't sell phones is you check with the carriers like we always do, and they say the phone can be activated, but when the buyer gets it and they try to activate it, like, nope, it can't be activated for service. So that's part of it. It's why we offer free returns, because I'm not going to try and haggle over people over that. But today we got a phone back. As you can see, it's cracked right there. There you go. It's got a crack in it that wasn't there when we sold it, right? And we offer free returns, so we do have the ability to offer a refund up to 50% less than what it was. So this phone here was sold for $25. So we have the right, and within eBay's rules, that we could refund them only $12.50 because the item is cracked. I know that this item was probably damaged during transit, because that's just a weird spot for it to be broken. If it was on the corners, then I could be like, well, the customer dropped it. But I think this one was damaged in transit, and I have it within my right that I could refund for less than full. But I'm not going to penalize the buyer because the postal service damaged the item. It'd be different if it was an expensive item, but then I'd have insurance, if it was priority mail. But for first class, I'm going to do the right thing and just refund them the $25, because it's not worth it to me, especially during these times. I'm not trying to add to anybody's stress and frustration level over $12.50. All right, so after we do that, after we ship and I send invoices, do returns, I source. Before coronavirus, we sourced almost 100% online, and we still source 100% online. That we have been working through some issues with the suppliers that we use, with being open and closed, and then short of inventory because they're working on a reduced staff, which is driving up prices a little bit. But we're still sourcing online. We're finding items from eBay, OfferUp, LetGo, Macari. All those places, they have lots of opportunities, lots of items to be able to purchase from, to make money on. So if it's you and you're having problems sourcing because you can't leave the house, look at one of those places. There's lots of opportunity out there. All right, so the next thing I do is I get cameras charged and tested for the next day. All these cameras that are here, which there's not very many because I don't have I do have a lot of cameras on hand, but that are not ready to list because you saw earlier I need to get a lot of batteries, and also I'm short on chargers. I need to get a couple more chargers, universal chargers, because some of these, pretty much all of these that are down here I showed you earlier, they're all universal chargers, and I don't have enough chargers for it, just the one because the others broke. But we get in this routine, this process where we get items ready for the next day. And if you are a part-time reseller, full-time reseller, that listing is really the hardest part. It's really the thing, I don't know, maybe not for everybody, but it's one of those things where it's the most, you know, you got to get it done. It's not as fun listing items as it is other items. So with that, usually that's going to be the thing that you want to do first. I don't really list anything. I've got an employee, Whitney does all the listing for cell phones, and then Wally does all the listing for cameras. I do a lot of the listing for pallet goods when we have those, but that's why we do a lot of them locally, because I don't really enjoy listing those on eBay. But the hardest thing that you do, you want to do that first part of the day. So in order to do that, you can get items prepped for the next day. So if you sell clothing, you can go through and get your measurements, your dimensions, all those things, your pictures, and then have it all ready, so that way when you come in the next day or the next night or whenever it is that you list, those items are ready to go and you can get those things done first. So that way when you get that done, then you set up the next day, and it's however many you decide that you want to do in each listing session. Could be 5, 10, 20, it really depends how much time you have, what your goals are, and all of that. But having items prepped and ready to go so that you can list first thing, it's a hack that will help you be more productive, because it's not all that fun listing, in my opinion. So I'm all done now with getting those items prepped up for Wally, and now I'm just doing some organizing, because like I said earlier, Whitney made me look pretty bad by, you know, her area getting all organized and clean. And I came across something cool I wanted to show y'all. And if you go out thrifting and such, garage selling, you probably can find some of these, and you can find them cheap enough, like $1. Stuff that you can, you know, sell for 15, 20 bucks. But a bunch of these old cell phones here, do you see? Those are old school cell phones. And like I'm back in the early 90s. All over again, and it's crazy, all these phones. But yeah, a lot of these they still sell for movie props and stuff like that. People see it and they're like, oh, that reminds me of something, and they buy it. And but they still sell. And but you see, I kind of got the top shelf, getting that cleaned up, moved some of it down here, because these are those are all boxes of bubble wrap, and since our shipping station is here, I thought it'd be a better thing than being way down there. So I'm just going through and getting it organized, and a lot of stuff. I just, you know, when you get busy and you get in things, you kind of, I don't know, for me, you get in that list, that cycle, that list, prep, sell. There's some things that just kind of fall by the wayside, like organization and cleanliness and such. And since there's not as much to list right now, I would be rather useless if I didn't take the time to kind of get more organized. But that's where I'm going to leave you. I'm going to get on and finish getting organized and clean, and you'll have to see how it all finishes up in another video. But thanks for hanging out with me, and kind of see the process, the routine I'm trying to get back into. So peace. Alright, so we hope you have enjoyed this video. Go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't done so already, and hit the subscribe button while you're at it.
And if you have not already, check us out at www.thefamilyflips.com. And if you're on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, what a coincidence! So are we!
Links down in the description for those.
Until next time, peace.